Shalom Aleichem. My name is Paula, and I am not speaking tonight on behalf of any organization. I am simply speaking as a Jewish citizen who believes the occupation of Palestine must end. Judaism and Zionism are not the same thing, and despite the efforts of organizations like B'nai B'rith and the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs that claim to speak on behalf of the entire Jewish community, there is growing concern among Jewish people in Canada and beyond about the actions of the Israeli government and its human rights atrocities aimed at the Palestinians. I say, not in my name. An end to the occupation is needed for a just and sustainable peace in the Middle East. The occupation, besides being illegal and immoral, does not allow either the Palestinians or the Israelis to live in peace and risks continued escalations of violence against both peoples, not to mention the horrific human rights abuses that the Palestinian people must face every day. Boycotts, divestments, and sanctions, better known as BDS, is one tactic to protest the occupation. BDS targets companies and products produced in Israel, particularly in the occupied territories. The BDS movement has come under fire this year by the Canadian government, which passed a motion in Parliament to condemn those who support BDS. As a peace activist, I fear that such a motion is a slippery slope to delegitimize people and organizations for their political beliefs. BDS is a peaceful, non-violent means of protest. It is, in fact, simply a conscious act of refraining from something. It takes both a political and moral stand. For the government to condemn people for their beliefs is overstepping boundaries in a way that has no place in a democratic society. As a Jewish person, my spiritual practice includes tikkun olam, which means healing or repairing the world. Our faith and history teach us that we must stand up in the face of injustice. When it comes to the plight of the Palestinian people, the word injustice barely begins to cover it. The latest outrage concerns allegations that the main supply of water to Palestinian towns and cities, such as Jenin, several Nablus villages, and surrounding areas, was manipulated during the holy month of Ramadan. The executive director of a Palestinian NGP focused on water and sanitation issues reported to Al Jazeera that some areas had not received water for more than 40 days, with families having to live on 2, 3, or 10 liters per capita per day. Water is a basic human right, and according to the UN, 7.5 liters per person per day is the minimum requirement for most people. But areas of Palestine reach more than 35 degrees Celsius in temperature, so much more is needed. As also reported on Al Jazeera, Israelis, including settlers, consume 5 times more water than Palestinians in the West Bank. 350 liters per person per day in Israel, compared with 60 liters per day in the West Bank. I think that should be per month, actually. According to Amnesty International, almost 200,000 Palestinians in the West Bank do not have access to running water and require permission before collecting it themselves. But getting back to my stance as a Jewish person of conscience, I have been accused of being a self-hating Jew, and someone even once asked me why I hate Israel. For the record, I don't hate Israel. I have never said that in any discourse publicly or otherwise. For the record, any senseless deaths of anyone saddens me, and I don't believe that acts of violence accomplish anything except beget more violence. Ending the occupation will save lives, both Israeli and Palestinian, and is the only path leading to a just and lasting peace. Thank you very much.